Hi everyone, my name is Spirit Dreamer, and welcome back to another one of my awesome videos. So please subscribe and like as well. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to let you know right now, there are going to be no pictures, no sound effects in the background, unfortunately. I know a lot of people like having that in the background, I think. I don't know. But I don't know how to edit, okay? And unfortunately, my videos are going to be sort of short somehow, so yeah, sorry about that. Also, let me think of what I'm going to say. Oh yeah, if you notice I pause for a long time in the middle of the video, that's probably because it takes me a little while to think about what I'm going to say next, especially because I never practiced. So, yeah, sorry if I pause for a while. I also have a speech problem, and I stutter, and I function very slowly, unfortunately. So, yeah, I am very good at art, however, and a little bit at animating. So, yeah, but I'm not good at a lot of other things. So, yeah. So, anyways, let's get into the story. It was a bright, warm, sunny day. Flutter and Buckshot walked out of the library. Flutter had yellow fur. However, she had a little extra fur on her chest that was super fluffy, and it was a bright brown color, but had a tint of orange in it. Her hair she had dyed pink currently, because she thought it was pretty. Buckshot was a goldish brown color. His hair was short and was a straight bright orange with hints of yellow. The end of his tail and one spot on the back of his leg on wait, let me think for a second. And one spot on the underneath of his wing was so one spot on the end of his I need a second to think because I did not practice this at all. Okay. The end of his tail and one spot under his wing were a dark brown color. Hey Buckshot, you want to come over to my house later? Maybe 5? Buckshot looked at her confused. I mean, she's asked him to come over before, but never at 5. She said that 5 o'clock was a very bad time. Every time. But this time? Something was off. A little. She had been acting weird for the past 3 weeks now. For the past week. I mean, he'd noticed weird things happening 3 weeks ago, but other people started to notice about a week ago. She'd been acting very strange. Almost as if she, wasn't doing it on her own, but like someone was telling her to. Someone threatened her that if she didn't, something terrible would happen. Buckshot said, "Sure, I'll come over at 5. Flutter said, "Yay!" but gave him kind of a worried and timid but still smiling look. He smiled back too, but also gave her a worried look. Buckshot flew off and he flew down Tree Lane down to Miggin's bar. Flutter returned home. When Buckshot opened the door and walked inside of Miggin's bar, there was a huge fight going on. "Greenleaf!" he shouted as he stomped his foot on the ground. Everyone stopped and looked. Greenleaf was fighting with the bar attender. who had him on the ground and was beating the crap out of him as he squashed his tail. The bartender let him go. However, his tail sticking out from around the corner of the counter was a dead giveaway that Greenleaf was over there. Greenleaf, you get your butt over here now. Greenleaf got up and walked over to Buckshot with his ears as far back as they could go. Yeah, brother? He looked up at his brother and gave a small, sorry smile. Greenleaf, what did you do now? The bartender said he wouldn't pay for his drink, and he threatened me. I won't say what he said, but he said something that made me very upset. You need to teach that kid a lesson. Buckshot looked at the bartender and then looked at Greenleaf. Greenleaf, come home with me and tell me what you said. We don't have to do it here so you're embarrassed. We'll do it at home. Greenleaf looked at the ground in guiltiness. Okay, sorry. But Buckshot said, it's alright. Everyone makes mistakes, but you've made more mistakes than you should, he said as he slapped him lightly in the back of the head. Greenleaf and Buckshot soon arrived at their house. I wish our house was on the ground like other tree climbers. Buckshot then said, well, we're actually a part of Sunset Clan, so we live in the trees. No one in Sunset Clan lives on the ground, except for the king, who happens to live in a castle that's connected to the ground, but he lives in the higher part of it, not in the lower parts. The higher you are, the safer you are. That was the main rule in Sunset Clan. Stay high, stay safe. If you're in the trees, you won't be spotted. Well, at least not easily. And another main rule is don't let your tail hang down, especially over an open area. When Greenleaf and Buckshot got inside, Buckshot then turned to Greenleaf. All right, Greenleaf, come over here, sit down, and tell me what you said. Greenleaf walked over and sat at the table. Buckshot also sat down. As he twitched his tail, or at least the end of it, back and forth rapidly and quickly. Greenleaf looked at his tail, flickering back and forth, and Greenleaf knew his brother was mad. Whenever a tree climber flickered the end of their tail, it meant they were definitely mad and unhappy at someone or unhappy about something. Greenleaf refused to look at his brother and still had his ears back as far as they could go. Greenleaf then told Buckshot what he said. Buckshot looked at him wide-eyed. How could he say something like that? I mean, he's said some pretty offensive stuff to people, but never that. However, he noticed a lot of people have been acting weird. Mainly people he knew well. Not so much people he didn't know. But it was strange. Flutter? His brother? Anyways, oh, okay. So just gonna unfortunately I have to cut the video off right here because I don't think my phone's gonna let me go too much further. So yeah, we're just gonna cut the story off here and start up with it later. Okay. So bye.